What's going on, guys? This is your girl Ashley Wells, aka Life Guru, and I got hit this on my Life Guru one, guys. I have not done too much of my Life Guru part of my channel for quite a bit, so let me get on that. But so this one is going to be about just apartment messiers, just messy apartment dwellers, whatever you want to call it. Guys, we've all been there. We're excited, fresh start, new apartment, our house, or whatever may have you. But in this case, this will go more to the apartment dwellers. So you're excited, you're just comfortable, or let's put it this way, maybe you already reside in that apartment, but you're, got maybe an open vacancy or next door, downstairs, whatever may have you. So let's just be real. Everybody named mama is always curious to see who's going to move into that open vacancy. They're either going to be a very pleasant neighbor or they're going to be a nightmare neighbor. So in this case, your girl did have to deal with a nightmare neighbor. For the second time, I had to deal with a nightmare neighbor. Now, I can honestly say when I was growing up, my mom did not play that. There's very few things my mom taught me, honestly, but when it came to cleanliness and how you take care of your home, that was a big one that I learned from her. We just, even as kids, it was me and my mom for 10 years, and I knew better. One, I took care of, even though I'm a kid, my room was probably junky, yeah, but I didn't stomp, holler, run. I didn't do all that. My mom, you just didn't do that back in the day. And even though a lot of our places, we were like on the bottom floor or something like that, but even if we were on the second or top floor, we automatically knew, no, hell no, sit your ass down. You're not about to, disrupt anybody's peace. We didn't trash the place. My mom, every time she moved out, she left those places impeccable, and that rubbed off a lot on me. I just don't believe in doing ticky-tacky things like that. So, on that note, the first neighbor I had to deal with was a nuisance. She drove, now I'm in the middle, she drove the girl who lived above me and myself and two other neighbors across the hall crazy. And then it eventually went to the whole damn building. She was loud. She was causing arguments. She almost ran a couple of people over too as she would leave the driveway. She was an instant nuisance. And then she had a very vicious dog that she purposely would try to walk her dog towards other people, especially if they had other dogs, to try to initiate an altercation. So she was one of them type. Whole building had to sign a petition to get her out. And yeah, that's why I put that in one of my shorts, guys. Like, yes, some apartments will band together and have petitions to plead and push for people to be removed if they're an ongoing nuisance. So fast forward, they move a new girl in, and automatically I knew just her character, snobbyish, looked like she mad at the world. It's everybody's fault for something but hers. Yeah, instantly. Sure enough, this chick moves in. She's a little subtle. She has some music on, which they weren't too bad. And we all been there when we want to get settled in, want to listen to music, want, feel the vibe of the place. We've all been there. But then it got worse. Now, one thing a lot of people likes to do is sometimes they do overdo it with the music, and then they'll, they gradually even get worse and worse because they want to see what they can get away with sometimes. So, old girl, now mind you, she moved in single, and this is another thing. I don't know why young girls move these dusty dudes in with them. I don't get it. They don't contribute to nothing. They don't pay nothing but stank up the house. And that's exactly what happened. I don't even know the dude, but yet their antics was so loud and crazy. I literally was able to get to know the dude, and I wasn't even dating him. Dude was just loud music playing just while she's working her ass off 12-hour shifts. Dude is up in her place, playing video games, just smoking up the place, cooking up all her damn food, and the music craziness got really loud. He'd be hollering, running throughout the place, hollering. So, your girl was forced. I had to make a complaint with the landlord. This is what got me. Made the complaint with the landlord, and my landlord gets back at me and said, wasn't her. I'm like, what? Wasn't her. She ain't there. I was like, yes, she is. Wasn't her. I pop out, I look out, and I'm like, okay, fair enough, her car is not there, but she got guests. Still, wasn't her. Bet. So, same thing happened again. And it got even worse. And this is the problem. It's like some of y'all, when there is a a logical complaint that's being made against you guys. Some of you trip me out because y'all want to take it out on the person. Why? If it's a logical complaint versus like you disturbing the peace, or you're being ridiculously loud, you're playing crazy loud music, stomping, hollering, dogs barking crazy all over the place, we have the right to say, look, y'all need to keep it down. We're not telling you, oh my God, you're a bad person. We're just saying, tone that down. We're trying to live peacefully, especially if everybody else is quiet. So I was like, okay, cool. But so made another complaint. And at this point, same thing. It wasn't her. Bet. So then I had to call the police because I saw how this little tactic of hers of not admitting it's her or her even hell her guest. I had to call the police at this point, and she did answer once, and then she had apologized and all this other stuff. But then like 2 days later, she started all up over again. So what I do? I was like, this is crazy. This is crazy. So I had I had to get my, let's just say I had to step up my game because see now I gotta go lawyer on that ass. I got to, one thing this and the crazy thing is the girl is up in my age. So again, I grew up in an era where my mom had a record player and she would wheel that record player in each room that she was in. She would still keep the tone moderate. And she'd have that on while she was cleaning each room, and damn, that's it. This generation, unfortunately, got to have speakers and have the whole damn thing lit up like it's the club. Me, I very rarely play music. If I do bump some music, I'm in my car bumping, or I'll say, okay, wait a minute, let me make sure my neighbor ain't home. Then I'll bump a little bit. And then I don't even leave it on all day. It's like maybe 10 minutes for me. After that, I'm done. I'm good. I'm Gucci. I got my music feel. Or guess what, guys? Another trick you can do, and you can bump it up to your heart's desires. Put your shit on your headphones. Bluetooth, guys. Bluetooth. Problem solved. So, with that being said, I had to get a lovely little object. Oh, I should say a lovely little tool, and that was the decibel. So the decibel, guys, is a cute little toy where you can measure out sound frequency on it, and you can record at the same time. So it'll show you how much sound is coming from a particular area, as well as, that's so crazy because, guys, I think I just saw orb. As I finish the editing on this, I'm going to see if I can highlight that, but I think I just saw orb passed right by my head, I think, unless that was a dust or something. I don't know, but we'll see. If y'all see me highlight it, then it was an orb. That's crazy. Peace over here. Don't disturb me. Peace. But anyways, but guys, you can record and also measure out the sound frequencies on these things. So she keeps saying she's not there, it's not her. But so I was recording myself with my video camera as well as the decibel, showing that there's no sound coming up here. There's no sound coming from my other neighbors. The sound and the music and all that craziness was clearly coming downstairs from her apartment. So I had to record that. Then I had to write her a detailed letter. Now, this is a problem, guys. A lot of times if you're dealing with neighbors like this and you at your wits end, you do have to do all this stuff in details. You have to write the occurrences, you have to write the dates, the times, the areas of the home where you're hearing this, all that stuff. You do have to also list if the neighbor is home versus, or if they're not home, if they have guests there. Because this is the thing, a lot of people are Airbnb in their apartments too. That's a big factor. So you also have to do that too to help plead your case. Like either way, if they're not home or not, they still got some damn guests up in there blowing up their place. So, did all that, wrote her a formal letter that I delivered my damn self on her camera too. Now, I have a Ring camera on my door. Oddly enough, now, once she saw I had one and she put up one. Girl, you can't be like me. Mine's is better anyway. But anyway, that's beside the point. So, post a note on her door, and I took a picture. I had to do an Amazon style. I took a picture of me posting a note on her door as well as I walked away and took a picture. Because that way they can't say, oh, they didn't deliver nothing. Seeing how that's her MO, you got to cover all your bases when it comes to these type of situations. So in the note, I just simply said, yeah, you just been granting me evidence that I've been collecting with you with these occurrences. I try to be friendly. I try to be respectful of the whole matter. But now, unfortunately, you took it to a whole new level where I have to do this. So I had to let her know that I have been logging and recording everything from the disturbances, as well as I've been literally video recording it as well too. And I have proof to show that the music is coming from your place because I have a decibel. So I had to give her the details of that and tell her what that little lovely contraption does. Amazon boo-boos, $20. So I had to do all that. And it's really sad that people just can't own up to them being a nuisance. It's really sad. Just be a man or be a woman about it. Cool. Because I know when I first got my first place, that's what it was. Like, you say, okay, can you keep it down? And the person would be like, all right, my bad, cool. And they'll do it. Nowadays, you don't got people who, a lot of people just don't want to admit that it's them. They'll just keep doing bull and you're dealing with hell. So I informed her that I have the proof. And at this point in time, the landlord is just simply waiting for me to submit a police report. So guys, if you are dealing with ongoing annoying neighbors, you do have to submit a noise disturbance police report. So yes, you have to have a written notice. You have to have a verbal notice done as well. And you also have to submit a police report. Once they have all those evidence in line, they can proceed to evict that person, to push them to vacate the premises. So with her, that's the only thing that's left. Now, her being a single mom, I kind of feel for her just a teeny bit. So that's the only reason why I have not submitted the police report. Because trust me, baby got 2. And that's all my landlord is waiting for, literally. So, quiet. And what started this all, folks, is, yeah, for a while she'd been doing this. But what made it bad was while we were having our winter storm, I had to make a complaint like 2 days prior to that storm because in my back room, it was a freaking party. So I tried to go sleep in my living room just to say, okay, you know, I can hear that crap throughout my entire apartment. So I had to make a complaint. Old girl answers and she just says, oh, I'm sorry. That's my landlord told me her response was, I'm sorry. But check this, right before the snowstorm comes through, old girl gets cute, blasts her TV, blasts all her TVs. She has 3 TVs. This is how loud they were because I can hear them. She had one on this wall. She had one actually on the opposite side of this wall. And she had one back there. The entire snowed in weekend, as she took off and dipped, she had her TVs on. She purposely left them. So I said, okay, fine. Now it's about to go down. And that's when I had to get really cute. I'm like, girl, you're supplying me evidence. You're just supplying me evidence. And see, this is the problem. So for you nuisancers out there that like to be cute, it does not matter if you're home or not home. The fact of the matter is, regardless if you're on the property or not, you're still causing a nuisance. So if you want to leave TVs on, or if you have a dog that's barking all the time, whatever, guests over, whatever, you're still responsible for the conditions of that property, regardless. So just like if you leave home, make sure your TV's down. If you leave home, make sure your dog is in check. If you leave home, you know, make sure there's no music going crazy. It's your responsibility and job to do that. Just saying. So, yeah, guys. So for anybody else who is or was or whatever may have you dealing with crazy neighbors, or let's just be real, that is dealing with this currently, because this is a big factor I see on Facebook a lot too. Do your due diligence. You have to get as much evidence as possible, and if you have to, which I found that out too, you can also get an apartment petition. Depending on the style of your apartment, you can actually get a petition if they are disturbing other people of their property. And guess what, guys? You don't have to be a disturbance too when it comes to noise. You can also be a disturbance for how you carry yourself when you're outside of the property as well. So if you're revving up your car, if you're about to run people over, if you're having arguments outside, you can also get hit for that too. If you're disturbing or destroying mailboxes, I've heard that's a big one as well too. That's a federal charge. So yeah, if you're littering in the property, all kinds of stuff, you actually can put petitions to have these people removed. All right, guys, good luck.